Man, you take a couple days off from looking at the cruise news and everything goes sideways. Crews are banned for making a joke, and cruise passengers horrified at what they see at sea. And thank goodness medical experts have finally weighed in on what we can all do to prevent getting sick on a cruise ship. Ready? Are you ready? Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face. On a Wednesday, the 12th of June, 2024. And yeah, I've been laying low, been trying to get some stuff done at the house, and took a little break from the cruise news. And then when I opened up the cruise news today, wow! Let's start with a story that we already know. Cruise passenger posts video on TikTok exposing a cruise hack. Essentially, she's saying if you don't want to pay the $4 for the bottled water that comes in your cabin on Carnival Cruise Line, what you can do is you can open up the bottle of water, consume the water, put the water in any other kind of water vessel that you want. And then when you've emptied out the water that you're supposed to pay $4 for, go to the tap and just turn the tap on in the bathroom and put some bathroom water right there in the water bottle, and then use a little glue and put it on top. Wango bango, you saved yourself $4 and you've left some tap water for the next person. Well, Carnival Cruise Line, they got TikTok also. They're doom scrolling on social media like the rest of us, and they see this hack and they went, well, this is not gonna play out. Sorry, young lady, your hack has got you banned. They figured out who this woman was. Of course, her name's right there in the TikTok. They know who this woman is. They banned her for life from Carnival Cruise Line and any other Carnival brand. So if she wanted to go on P&O UK or Costa or some other brand, not P&O Australia, RIP, not P&O Australia, if she wanted to go on any other Carnival brand, banish it. Here's the thing, though. She said it was just a joke. You can't make a little jokey joke anymore. You can't actually joke around like you're trying to replace purified bottled water with salinated, whatever the process is called on cruise ships where they take salt water and take the salt out of it. You can't put that back. Look, it's a no jokey joke cruise line. They're the fun ships, but when it comes to jokey joke, they want to keep that in the punchliner. Banned. And then at the same time, they addressed another situation where there's a gentleman out there on TikTok saying, hey, guess what? I smoke on my balcony all the time, and I even get an ashtray from the room steward. He's saying I slipped the guy half a Benjamin. What would half a Benjamin be? $50. How do you give somebody, I guess, who's on the 50? Grant? I don't know. He gives the room steward $50, and the room steward to bring him an ashtray, and then he could smoke on the balcony, which is against the rules. You're not supposed to smoke on your balcony. You can get fined $500, and other things, you can get disembarked from the cruise ship if they catch you smoking and they don't like it enough. They can decide at the next cruise port to put your Smokey the Bear booty right off of the cruise ship. And now apparently this person done got banned for life for being so boisterous on TikTok or social media or something, saying, look at me. How come everybody's self-incriminating? What happened to the day when criminals want to be low key? Obviously, you know that smoking is a no-no. Obviously, you know that stealing water and putting tap water is a no-no. Obviously, you know that sneaking alcohol on board is a no-no. But everybody's happy to get out there and go, look at me. I'm breaking the rules in your face, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? The cruise lines have social media too, and they're cracking down on the miscreants and the people that are breaking the rules. Like I said, fun ship, but when it comes to breaking the rules, there ain't no fun to be had there. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when Carnival comes for you? Shout out Ludacris. Crazy, but not even the craziest story today. I'm going to step back from the crazy because there's a story I completely don't understand, and I'll put it out there because I know there's a lot of big brain people out there that can help us out. But we have a new cruise ship, Mein Schiff. Is a sheaf? I always say it wrong. Mein Schiff. Somebody, does it rhyme with thief or handkerchief? I think somebody said it rhymed with. Mein Schiff 7 is TUI Cruise Line's newest cruise ship in the series of Mein Schiff numbered cruise ships, and it is methanol ready. I guess that's another alternate green fuel source. Now it's methanol ready, but they're not going to use methanol on the first few cruises. They're using a low emission diesel fuel, but somewhere down the road, they're going to be able to use methanol, which again, I don't really understand what that means. Methanol, is methanol better than LNG, liquefied natural gas? Is all of that better than diesel? Going to change the bunkering process? Is this going to irritate smokers even more? Is this going to please the environmentalists? Is this going to be better for cruising? Is it going to make it cheaper? I don't know. Congratulations, TUI, for another cruise ship. More berths. More berths, that means more people, more inventory out there for people to go cruising, which is a good thing. I think a good thing, as long as you're not doing stuff that are gonna get you banished. Yeah. Cruise news story number 3. Look, I'm about 45 minutes north of Tampa. 45 minutes north of Tampa, and that place is a buzz. All of the cruise tubers in this area and across the state and up the state, down the state, around the state, out of country. Everybody's excited about Margaritaville at Sea's newest offering, the Margaritaville at Sea Islander. This is a early 2000s built Spirit class cruise ship. Used to be a Costa cruise ship. It's been revitalized. It's been made over with that Margaritaville at Sea brand, and it's getting ready to start cruises out of Tampa. We have a friend right now, Walter, who is on that ship. They're doing a couple days sailing. Gonna talk to Walter about that tomorrow. Our friend Mike, the naughty cruiser that lives in town, he got up at the dawn's crack and went to see this thing come in, and everybody's dang excited. Even my friend Doug over there, Cruise Radio, talking about Margaritaville at Sea Islander, and Port of Tampa. They're drooling a little bit, right? Their mouth is watering. They're like, when's it going to be our turn to get talked about for having record-breaking cruise people coming? This could be the year, and the catalyst could be Margaritaville at Sea Islander. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the footage off of this cruise ship. The little bit that I've seen, it looks like a pretty cruise ship. I can't wait to see how people say the experience is. You know, once you get past all of the happies and the medias and all that stuff, 4 or 5 weeks into it, I can't wait to hear some real salt of the earth type cruisers say that they enjoyed I felt like I should have made a looking for my lost shaker of salt joke there, but you know what I'm saying. I can't wait to hear some regular folk talk about what's going on Margaritaville at Sea Islander. But yeah, if you're on the west coast of Florida, the Nature Coast, if you're in these areas, there's a new cruising option for you. Are you going to do it? Are you interested in Islander at Sea? Yeah, leave a comment below. Now, I got to talk to you about a couple things. First, we've got very important information. Health officials weighing in on sickness on cruise ships and explaining these are learned people going to explain to us what we should do. And then there's a lot of headlines out this morning talking about cruise ship passengers in horror at the sight of something. So it's like they saw Bigfoot, but you know, had a clear image, not that grainy 1960s footage of Bigfoot. Scared them. Scared. People scared on cruise ships. I'll tell you why. But first, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Thank you in advance. Hey, let me say this. We turned on the YouTube membership feature, and what I've been doing with these daily shows is as soon as I finish them, I just release them for the cruising membership level. So if you're at that level, you can watch it. But the weird thing, and maybe YouTube does this to entice people to join, if you go to the channel, you'll see the video listed as members only. And I've had a couple people reach out going, hey man, I want to watch that video. Why? It goes live. So, you know, either noon or 1 o'clock, it'll go live for everybody else. And there will be videos that are members only videos. That's part of the benefit package, but news will never be that. And so if you see a news headline and it says membership only, wait it out till like the normal time that the news launches and it'll be live. So it's a little confusing, but I tell you what, I do like the membership thing. If you're interested in being a channel member and experiencing some of the benefits, just hit the join button, or there's a link in the description. Okay. I'll tell you about the health officials first. I won't go too deep into it, but there's been some norovirus outbreaks, and there's other outbreaks on cruise ships, and cruise ships are a little susceptible to illness that spreads because it's a communal environment. Everybody in a close proximity, everybody sharing the same eateries, same, a lot of things stack up sometimes against cruising to make communal type sickness prevalent. And it, the statistics will show you it's no more prevalent than other communal places, schools, hospitals, old age homes, all that stuff. But because there's been so much in the news lately, health officials have weighed in, and they basically said, just wash your hands. I'm like, okay, yeah, I think we've been saying that. So that's it. I guess the simple solution, if you want to decrease your chance of illness on a cruise ship, is you wash your hands, and then hopefully everybody. The problem is not you. Like, you can take care of yourself, right? You can washy. The problem is the people that don't wash their hands. And while we're talking about questionable behavior by people that impacts other people, what is the appropriate amount of time to linger and chat at a drive-through window after you have received your order? I think 0. I think once the person gives you the thing that you've ordered, you got to skedaddle. Because it's the butterfly effect. You're sitting there jacking jaw if you're like some old dude hitting on the young drive-through lady, or if you're some same age person chatting it up, talking about the next piercing you're going to get, or whatever dumb thing you're talking about. You're going to make me late for work. No, I don't have a time to be at work. You're going to make somebody late for work. I was behind somebody the other day in a drive-thru so long, I saw them get one part of an order, and I was like, is there another bag coming? Like 30 seconds in, is there another bag? There was no other bag coming. They just sat there for 45 seconds to a minute just jaw-jacking while I was waiting for my order. Yeah, these are the things I deal with. Wait till you hear about what cruisers have been dealing with in the Caribbean Ocean. Multiple cruisers are reporting that they were on a cruise ship and they heard over the loudspeaker, Patrick Swayze, Patrick Swayze, Patrick Swayze. If you're unfamiliar with what the Patrick Swayze call means, well, it's a reference to Red Dawn. It's a reference to an invasion. Wow. Can we talk about this picture for a second? 1984, I was 13, young Patrick Swayze, young C. Thomas Howell, and look at Chuck Sheen there before he was all tiger blood. Man, getting old. Cruisers, they're used to sitting out on their balcony and staring out into the endless ocean and looking for birds that look like pterodactyl and maybe a porpoise every once in a while. And if you're in the right place, you might see a whale. But no, these folks looked out and straight up saw a flotilla of military vessels in the Caribbean making their way to Cuba, and they were Russian. And I tell you what, like I said, they're yelling for Patrick Swayze because they felt like it was a Red Dawn moment. Of course, it's, this is all over social media, and, it's skewed depending who's posting the news, right? Horrified cruisers see Russians. Look, we gotta, anybody else tired of everybody trying to use fear to manipulate you? The media, your family, friends, your employer, like everybody's trying to convince you that there's a boogeyman around the corner. But like, I've lived 50 years. There's not really a lot of boogeymen. I'm not saying that we should all be Pollyannic and not be concerned about things, but the level of concern assigned by the language sometimes that people use. Did you hear about this? The worst thing's about to happen. Horrify. Reality check time. There's only a few things that really horrify cruisers. If the cruise ship runs out of your favorite alcohol, if you wake up too late and you can't make it to the breakfast buffet, and then the big one that really scares people, heaven forbid, if somebody wears shorts or a baseball cap in the main dining room. Dun, dun, dun. Stop letting people scare you. I don't know. It reminds me of a couple, I guess, military-based dad jokes. Same joke in two different ways. The first one is two fish are in a tank, and one looks at the other and says, do you know how to drive this thing? And then the second version of that, a little more hippy-dippy, two fish are in a tank, one looks at the other and says, look, I don't know why we're fighting this war, man.
Cruise news, cruise news, cruise news, it's over.